Scooter, what's going on, brother? Appreciate you coming on the show. How are you?
I'm great, man. How are you, man?
I'm
I'm blessed
great,
to be here.
man. Happy to have you on the show. We had Lamont Roach Jr., the main event, not too long ago, about less than a week ago, and obviously happy to have you. And let our audience know what it is that you're going to be doing down in Washington, D.C. You're 3-0 now, right? Correct?
For sure, yeah. 3-0, three knockouts.
And I'm assuming we going for the big 4-0 with this one.
Of course, that's what we do. You know how we get down. For sure.
I was telling my audience, man, I feel like, I've been knowing you for so long. I mean, not on a personal level, but obviously I met you many, many years ago when you were still an
Yeah,
amateur. And
yeah.
Lamont and Anthony were down in the Headbangers gym, and those were kind of the big names. And now
Right.
it's your turn. Now you taking over the reins of Headbangers. I mean, there isn't a bigger name than you, right? I mean, obviously you got Patrick Harris Jr., but he's been around there before you. Like, the new crop of Headbangers, it's you, right? Or are we missing
Yeah.
someone, and should we be looking out for someone?
It's me for sure, and it's my guy Nasheed Smith. He fight at 175. He's a light heavyweight, but for sure, it's me and him. We the top two guys at Headbangers. We doing our thing. We the young guns. They passed us the torch. Now it's time for us to, you know what I'm saying, do what the people behind us did in the past. You know what I'm saying, the Lamonts, the Anthonys, you know what I'm saying, everybody. Adrian has came down there. Tank has came down here. You know all the stars that
Yeah,
came down there, trained at the gym. So it's our time to, we carry that name on our back. And
for
now it's time for
sure.
us to fulfill for sure.
So how tall are you now?
I'm 5'10".
Oh wow, you
Sure.
got a big growth spurt.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's crazy. Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Man, I didn't know you got that big that quick.
yeah.
Um, so do you have an opponent already lined up, or are we still in the waiting process?
I'm still in the waiting process right now, but for sure, they're gonna give me an opponent locked down. We in the hometown. Again, we on a WBA junior lightweight. WBA junior lightweight card title fight. So, they're gonna have everything right. We're in DC. So I mean, I'm just blessed for, Lamont Roach Senior, Lamont Roach Junior for, having me on the card. They know I'm a big attraction in the city. My name holds weight, and I'm just thankful they gave me the opportunity to be, be able to show my skills. It's time for the world to understand that I'm for real. Like, it's shock season for real. So we really doing this, and my skills is really gonna show and set myself apart. So y'all gonna see me coming real soon.
And it looks like you have another fight scheduled at the Met Arena.
Hmm.
Is that something you can talk about? Because I feel like,
I don't want to really get into it too much, but we definitely got something lined up right after that. But again, we focus on June 28th first, and then we'll get to that.
okay, shout out to R&R. Obviously,
Yeah.
they will be promoting your next fight in August 24th. I love that they're keeping you active. Or is it you and your dad? How are you getting all these fights?
Really, it's me and my dad. My dad's my manager. Coach Boogie, Coach Barry, they're just my trainers. Of course, they're gonna advise me if they believe something is smart or take this, take that. But ultimately, it's all down to me and my father. We run our our business, and then we seek if we need some help here, or help there from people that we respect.
Now, I see you guys are focusing on developing in that D.C., Philadelphia area. Is that something that is important to you, or you just taking the fights where you can get them?
Um, it really was important me to capture my hometown. I already had a big following, and I knew that people, gravitate to me. But I wanted to get, my tri-state area again. We want to get Virginia, we want to get DC, we want to get Philly. We want everybody to understand on the East Coast and New York to understand, like, yeah, it's shock season. It's for real. They want to be able to gravitate to fans and all over the East Coast. So when we go to the West Coast and fight, they like we bringing the crowd with us, and they understand for sure.
Um, so I was telling my audience a few days ago that I want to believe your style is similar to Lamont in terms of the conditioning. I know that Headbangers, you guys really train. It's a full compound because not only do you have that gym, you have the back where all the strength and conditioning goes on. And that's one thing I feel like you're going to get out of Barry Hunters is his guys are going to come in shape and they're going to
Right.
let their hands go.
Right.
But is it safe to associate you with a Lamont Peterson just because you came up in that gym in terms of styles?
Um, I can see you can say I have a you know what I'm saying I fight like him in some ways, but I got my own style. I don't just fight like Lamont Peterson. Of course, that's one of my big brothers. That's who I looked up into the game. So of course I took a lot of wrinkles out of his game. But of course, same way I looked up to him, I looked up to Tank, I looked up to Adrian, I looked up to all these guys in the day. So I kind of developed my own style and put my own wrinkles in there. So it's all about what the fight calls for. If I need to box, I'm a box. If I need to bang, I'm a bang. If I need to counter punch, I'm a counter punch. It's all about cerebral things. I really think this boxing game. It's not just about the physical. I'm really a thinker when I get in the ring for sure.
Now, being so young and being around all those minds and champions and just big names in the sport, again, Rashid Warren was down there,
Mhm.
Anthony Peterson, Lamont Peterson, Adrian Broner, Earl Spence. Everybody visited
Everybody.
Headbangers at one point or another, and I'm
Right.
sure you was around them. How does that motivate you? How did that keep you grounded? And did it add to the drive, or was that all self, motivation?
Um, First, it definitely added to the drive. Just being around these guys, they realized that this gym produced that level of talent, and that we have, what I'm saying, the things I'm doing at that gym is correct. That these guys want to come down, and they wouldn't want to come down here if it was BS. So I wouldn't see no Sean Porters or Rashid Warrens or Adrians or Tanks or all these guys that come and get this Barry Hunter training if it wasn't correct. So it definitely drove me, and it let me know that I we really belong, and I'm going to belong when I really get to that point, and that I'm not going to shy away from that moment. I done seen the big stars. I done seen everything that the game really has to offer through my big brothers. So I mean, I'm gonna be prepared when my time comes. I know everything that's really gonna come at me. I'm still gonna learn some things. I still talk to these guys on a daily to be able to get some game from them. But I feel like I'm gonna be prepared. They really drive me. They push me now because they let me. They understand that I was the young gun in the gym. That I done grew up now. Like, oh, Scooter's really he really grown now. It's time for him to pass. I mean, take over the torch. So, that's what I'm really on now. I'm just glad I had them guys to really be around me and what I'm saying, show me the game for sure.
I'm sure I asked you this, but where did the shark originate from? Because obviously I met you as Scooter,
Yeah.
so I don't know if I just assumed that would be your ring name because that's what they
Yeah.
call you around town. But you've changed that to Shark in Shark Season. Was that influenced by Earl or just something all on your own?
Really all on my own. Well, first of all, it's still Scooter. Everything is gonna be Derek Scooter Davis. I just came up with my own shark season thing. I love sharks since I was a baby. I always my favorite movie was Finding Nemo. So I used to love that part where the shark used to come out and that scared me. That's my favorite animal. I didn't even realize that Earl was calling himself the big fish until people started saying it like you. I'm like, but now I like it. I feel like I've created my own way. I did this authentically. I didn't try to copy off nobody, which is it's not. I'm not copying off of Earl, or it's not a bad thing that you could take an idea from somebody, but I didn't do that. It's a big up to him. Like I appreciate that people, what I'm saying, associate me with the shock and that my own move. I created my own movement, but I just believe that it's shock season. It goes with my style of fighting. You know what I'm saying? I'm very calm, very cool until I see blood, and then it's time to go for the kill. You know what I'm saying? So everything is real calculated. You'll never see a shock just out of place. And that's
For
me.
sure. I got James Valdez from San Antonio, Texas. What's the craziest thing you've seen happen in the Headbangers boxing gym?
I've seen I've seen Tank knock a dude that guy out, pick him back up, and kill him again.
Damn.
I've seen many knockouts. I really can't speak on who the names, but I've seen many knockouts and different things in that gym. It's really we had a we they had a lot of tremendous camps. You know what I mean? With these guys, it's a world famous, world renowned gym. So you're gonna have top quality sparring. It's a lot of stuff that should have been on Showtime or should have been on HBO or should have you really could pay per view that whole gym and just set a camera in there and you're gonna get some stuff that's more entertaining than the fights going on. I ain't even gonna lie.
We got Treese in Toledo, Ohio that says, what's been the biggest adjustment for you to make from the amateurs to the pros, and will your first championship title be at 130 or 135?
My biggest adjustment really, it really was the pace. It wasn't a big adjustment to me because I'm already a fighter that always like to take my time. But I see that's the biggest difference. Really taking your time, being cerebral, being able to really outthink your opponent in that 3 minutes. You got time. Take your time, really set up and pick your shots. That's really the biggest thing I see in the difference in the pro game and the amateurs. And it's whatever really come first. Honestly, I can make 130 or I can make 135. Right now, I'm still in between. It doesn't matter. It depends on whatever the fight comes. But I really would love to campaign at 130. But if 135 a title comes there, then I'll make it there too. I mean, it's all about how my body develops. I'm still 21 years old. I still got time to develop until gain my man strength. But we taking our time. We not really rushing to go. You know what I'm saying? Just rush and go up to the top right now. We got to. It's a process with this game. I realize that you don't just jump out in the water when you ain't ready. And not saying I'm not ready, but it's a process. You got to build up your record. You got to build up your team. You got to build up everything. For your fan base becomes so. Because once you go into that light, it ain't no going back.
Absolutely. You definitely sound prepared for these moments, man, and experience. I wonder if that comes from, being around so many world champions early.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Been around so many world champions, been around Coach Berry, you know what I'm saying, listening and just I'm one of them guys that I'm gonna listen. I'm not one of them guys that's gonna act upon. I seen all the mistakes that fighters made before me and I took note of it. Okay, don't do that, don't do that. Okay, he had success, okay, do this, do that. So it's an accumulation of just being around all these different type of fighters from all these different type backgrounds and knowing what to do and what not to do. So I'm gonna be on the right path. And again, God blessed me with certain skills, so I'm going to take it as far as I can for sure.
I got Octo that says, "Greeting, champ. What's your favorite thing you like to spend money on?"
Honestly, ring attire. Like I love to get fly in the gym. Like if anybody watch my Instagram thing like that, I like to make sure my gear is fresh when I'm in the gym. New shoes, new outfits. You know what I'm saying? Because I like to make content. I like to feel good. With Deion say, look good, feel good. When you feel
For
good, they're gonna
sure.
pay good. You know what I'm saying?
Word. We got Johnny from the Hangout Spot. He says, "Super impressive start to your pro career, champ. Much props. As fans, boxers, comparisons talk is very common,
Hmm.
especially with the younger fighters. In your opinion, if I wanted to tell a casual fan about you who's never seen you fight, what fighter would you say you most resemble stylistically, either past or present?"
That's tough. It depends on the day. It depends on what the fight calls for. One day I could be in a Sugar Ray Leonard type fighter that's real sweet that can move around the ring. One day, like you said, I could be a Lamont Peterson type, or I could be a Javante Davis. That's just really calculated and explosive, and with one shot you can go. So I mean, it's a lot of fighters that I see myself. I tell you, I watch so many different fighters and take things from them. So I try to be like everybody and gain my own style and pick up on anything. I real think this game. I really study this game for sure.
What was your total amateur fights?
I had 158 and 17. I was 158 winning,
Wow.
17 losses.
How many nationals?
Titles. I have about 6, 7.
Damn.
But
So what?
again, I couldn't go into the Olympic. It's politics. I don't really want to bash nothing on no platform, but politics. Let's just say that
For sure,
politics.
for
It
sure.
kind of stopped me from when I had a top spot on in the national team. I kind of got bumped down from doing this and doing that, and you know how that go. So it made me just turn pro.
So did you guys just decide to do it on your own? Because I mean, with 6 national wins, 150 amateur fights, I feel like there was a lot of promoters or managers that wanted to sign you. Or am I wrong?
No, not actually coming out the gate. No, that was my thing. That's why I kind of have a chip on my shoulder. You know what I mean? I feel like it's a lot of guys that I done beat, a lot of guys that what I'm saying I done competed with, or that were next to me that jumped out the gate and got signed, and it was like everybody passed up on me. So it's cool. Everything is for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So it took myself to build my own social media and understand that I could do it on my own. That my numbers on Instagram is the same numbers as the guys that sign, and I'm doing it on my own. So I really understand that. I understand it. Let me learn the business of marketing, and
For
being able
sure.
to do business. And so I again, I could we can sit at the table and talk to these guys, but I don't know what I'm gonna do at this point because now I understand the business. I understand what to do and where. And like I said, you see now it's people trying to get out their contracts and or they weren't happy or things like
Oh
that.
yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? I'm not, and not to bash anybody or not to talk about anybody else's situation, but I'm kind of just glad about my route. I'm glad that I'm capturing the city. I'm glad I'm capturing the East Coast. I'm glad that I'm, just promoting myself. That it's all about me. And you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take my time, be able to pick my fights, do these things, and then when it's time to take that jump, I'm gonna be ready. As like I said, the caliber of fighters I've been around, the caliber of fights I had, my amateur pedigree. I done fought so many styles, so it's not gonna be somebody that I just never seen that style before. And most of these guys that's on TV, they know me. You know what I'm saying? They know me. It's not
Mm.
like I'm just some came from under a rock. They know they seen me at the Nationals. They seen me fight. They seen me spar or sparred against me or something. So it's all about my time, man. I'm not rushing. I'm not what God has for me. He got for me. You know what I mean? I'm not
Very
going. I'm
mature,
not going.
champ.
I'm not gonna bash the next man just because they got to a point before me. Like, nah, my time gonna come, but when my time come, I'm not leaving. They're not gonna get me up out of there.
For
Uh,
sure. We got one way Renzo. This from Roseville, Georgia. He says, first, shout out to your grandma. Where can we get some of that merch, Mr. Sharp?
it's in my bio. You can go link in my bio. I have a shop set up where you can go get. It's the Shock Season store. Um, all type of merch. Right now, I'm going. My colors are going to be green, black, and white for this next fight. I call it Operation Green Flag Activity. So you can just head to my Instagram, go to my bio, and you'll see all my links right there.
I got Spider Rico from Oregon is asks, who is your favorite boxer of all time and why?
Sugar Ray Leonard for sure. I love Sugar Ray Leonard because one, he's from here. He's from the DMV area, Palmer Park, Maryland. I love Sugar because just as pretty as he was nasty too. You couldn't just run up on Sugar and think that he wasn't gonna hit you with nothing. But he was real sweet. He was real, very mannered. He was able to speak. He was able to smile. And Sugar still making money to this day. You know what I mean? Off of endorsements, off of smiling. He was a great businessman. Everything. He just stood for what I want a boxer to be. He was real nice and sweet, but when you went in that ring, he was a cold blooded killer. I
I got
love Sugar.
Mark Nash from ATL, Georgia. He says, how would you describe your style for those who have never seen you perform? Brawler, banger, boxer, puncher, slick, etc., counter puncher?
All of the above. All, all of the above. Honestly, I'm not even lying. It's all about what the fighter in front of me presents. If he's a great banger and that's what he loves to do, I'm gonna box you. I'm going to counter you. I'm going to be very slick. You can't hit me. I'm going to outthink you. I'm real cerebral in the ring. I'm very explosive. I'm very fast. I have great power. So it's all about I don't have to I just think this game. I don't have to be macho and have to, go on there and just straight brawl with everybody to knock him out. No, it's all about what the fighter in front of me, what he presents. If you want to do that, I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to do what you don't like. Because 9 times out of 10, all fighters do not have all, the phases of boxing. They can't use their footwork or they can't you move their head. It's something that you're gonna have a hole in, and if you have a hole in that, I'm gonna attack that for sure.
Now, I know this will be your debut on Pro Box. I'm just a very big fan of what they're doing. I
All
know
right.
you said you're trying to, capitalize on the East Coast and the tri-state, but if you do as good as your record shows and you get another knockout and they're interested in you fighting out in Florida under the Pro Box banner, is that something you would consider or you want to strictly stay?
Nah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. If they want to get me out there and fight in Florida or man, wherever they telling me they want me to fight at, and it's an opportunity, it's a great opportunity to show my skills, I'm going to fight, man. It don't matter where I fight at. Now we're trying to capture the area to become a draw on this side, but it don't matter where I gotta fight at. Wherever I'm gonna put my gloves, I'm gonna lace them up, and I'm gonna do my thing wherever it's at. You know what I mean?
That's what's
So.
up. I got B-Lo in Phoenix, Arizona. Looking forward to following your career. What are some of the things you do to work on the mental aspect of the game? Any chess, meditation, or reading?
It's a thing called float therapy. I do it. I do a lot of float therapy. It's basically you sitting in 10,000 pounds of Epsom salt, and you have your meditation music, and you sit there, and it let me reflect. It let me have a clear mind. You know what I mean? I don't really understand. It makes me just be more and more cerebral into life, not even just the boxing, just into life. I really could see different people auras, different people. You know what I'm saying? They spirits of. You know what I'm saying? When they come around me, this person is negative. This person is good for me. I'm really just a laid back, cool person anyway. So it's not a lot that's going to ruffle my feathers. So I don't know, I really don't get frustrated. And my father just gives me so many talks and so many talks about, you know what I'm saying, the art of war and being just psychological warfare. You know what I mean? Like what is somebody trying to do? And understanding how to break people's mind down and what the all that. I get all those constantly talks daily. And of course, Barry is a great preacher of the art of war for sure. So he studied the art of war. So we get all those metaphors and you know what I'm saying? It's just the people around me. I have a great combination around me. I just thank God for putting me in this position.
I got All Day J, I think, or All Day Dago, excuse me. No, I said that wrong. Ali and Dago, 619. What up, Deric? How far up in weight do you see yourself going?
Um, with my height, I probably could max out maybe at 147, probably welterweight. If I started at 130, 135, 140, max out at 147 at the end of my career. That's how I hope to look. But you never know what might happen. Depends. I might can go to 154, might not. Might just stay at 140. You never know. You got to figure out how my body develops and when I really get that man strength.
For sure, champ. That's the last question. Please give out your social media. Let them know where they could get tickets for your fight. I'm going to screen share the social media as well, but you can still let them know how to find you.
Um, Follow me on Instagram, on TikTok, on Twitter. Everything is I am Scooter Davis, SCOOTERDAVIS. DM me for tickets or contact my dad. It's the messages on the flyer. Um, Man, it's shock season, man. I'm just thank you for supporting me. Thank you for, you know what I'm saying, following my journey. I promise I won't let you down. Uh, you're gonna see the next star rising. For sure.
So before you go, tell us, what is green flag activity?
Green flag activity, man, it's like it's go time, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? I
Okay,
love
okay.
if anybody knows me or watches my social media, I love NBA YoungBoy. So when it's green flag activity, man, you see that green flag going out, I mean we trying to go kill something. We ain't playing. It ain't time to be nice no more.
I
So it's
should have
green
known.
flag
Green
activity.
means go. I should have known. My bad.
There you go. You
Champ, we
understand?
appreciate you, and we would like to get you back on sooner, before the
For
fight and
sure.
then after the fight for the victory lap, man. We appreciate you.
I appreciate you for having me, man. Reaching out, always rocking with me since you know me since we had that pull up contest, man.
I
I
know, so
appreciate you. You
long ago. I mean, I'm just
know what I'm
happy,
saying?
honestly. You know, I've seen so many kids in the gym not get to this level. So to see you already be pro, doing it independent with your dad, still with Barry, coming out that gym, it's a blessing, and I'm proud and happy to have been able to meet you and now be interviewing you as a pro, man. Like, who would have
Right,
thought, right? Like,
right,
sometimes it
exactly.
don't pan out, and I'm glad
Right.
that it did for you, man.
Yeah, I'm just happy. I'm happy. I'm blessed to be in this position, blessed to, you know what I'm saying, have my team around me, just doing the right thing. Again, like I said, I just listen. I'm going to listen to everybody that advise me. I'm not nobody that goes out crazy or do any crazy thing. I'm really in the house. I love to play the video game and box, man. That's what I do.
That's
So
all.
I really love this. So you going to see me. I'm trying to tell you, you're going to see me real soon. You're going to really see me real soon.
June
For sure.
28th, man, we locked in. Pro Box, Scooter Davis, we appreciate you. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Up and coming prospect, Scooter Davis. Thank you, champ.